this is it. We have 2 days left of the Cyberpunk banners, and this is the last chance I have to complete my goal for these banners, and that is S6 R1 Rebecca, S0 R1 Lucy. Currently, we are sitting at a S5 R1 Rebecca and a S0 R0 Lucy, which means to finish this off once and for all, that's the wrong button. I need one more copy of Rebecca and Lucy's weapon. Now, if you saw the last video for these pulls, the second video in my 3-part Cyberpunk pulling series, then you would see that my Rebecca luck went garbage as usual, which means that we are guaranteed now for Rebecca, and obviously weapon banners are always guaranteed, but as you can see we only have a 10 pull, which means the only way I'm going to be able to do this is to spend more and wail for these final pulls, because we need probably another 80 pulls. I'm currently sitting at 31 pity on the weapon banner, 17 on Rebecca's banner. So without further ado, let's see how this goes. 10 pull, Lucy's weapon. Let's see some luck, pretty please. Okay. Well, I didn't expect us to get that lucky, which unfortunately means it is whaling time. And yes, I know you don't need to comment it. Spending like 300 Australian dollars is not whaling, but because we're spending it all on one character, it feels more like it and also sounds better for the title. So we're going to try to do this the most efficient way possible. 6,500 astrite acquired, not astrite, whatever these things are called, lunite acquired, but basically astrite. And we're going to start with the weapon banner because that is the closest to pity. And then from there, we'll finish this off by finally getting S6 of the best character they've ever introduced in Wuthering Waves. So I believe we should be around the 40-ish pity mark on the weapon banner. We got a single pull, so let's dump it on the weapon banner. Yep, sick, awesome. I am going to wait for the pity to refresh so I can double check where we're at, but I do believe that we are probably going to need another 10 pull or 2, because for some reason I get lucky on every single other banner except the goddamn Cyberpunk banners. It's not even this game. I got lucky for Lucilla. I won a 50-50 early for Lucilla with like a couple pulls and I didn't even mean to get her. It's just these goddamn Cyberpunk characters I cannot get lucky on ever. I got one early 5-star in probably close to 500 pulls. But I'm determined. These banners aren't coming back and they're my favorite characters ever introduced. So let me wait for this pity to refresh and then we'll run it back again. The weapon banner hasn't fully refreshed, but we're at about 65, probably closer to 68 pity on the weapon banner. So hopefully only a few more single pulls to bring home Lucy's weapon, and then we're probably another 10 pulls away from guaranteeing Rebecca. Now it's time for Lunite pack number 2. There is 3,900 Lunite. I guess we'll start this on Rebecca's banner as we do just need to do a bunch of 10 pulls on here. So this will be 40, I don't know what pity we're up to now, I forget, but obviously not close enough to 5-star pity, still not close enough to 5-star pity. Okay, I guess with the few singles we've got left, we'll jump back to the weapon banner, do those singles on the weapon banner, as we should only be a few single pulls away from getting this bloody weapon. Never mind, okay, seems I was too optimistic. How can I forget? My luck is terrible. Okay, come on. Give me the bloody... Frick you. That is now well and truly into 70 pity for the weapon banner and close-ish for Rebecca. Hard pity in this game is 80. And I swear to God, if I need to go to 80 pity for both Rebecca and Lucy's weapon, I am going to lose it. So we have just over a 10 pull now. Let's hopefully use one pull and bring home this goddamn weapon. That's a 4-star, sick. Okay, well, this should be it. This is 71 pity. This should be our 5-star. If it's not, I will be really annoyed. God damn it. Okay, I'm going to use this 10 pull on Rebecca's banner because it's a full 10 pull. And then hopefully we get Rebecca. I can get one more pull and spend that on the weapon banner and then we're done. This will be 68 minus 1 pity. Please give me a 5-star. I should have expected as much. I mean, double 4-stars something, I guess. That does mean we can buy one more weapon banner pull. This better give me the bloody 5-star. You gotta be kidding me, game. Oh, are we really doing this? Okay, well that puts us at 72 pity on the weapon banner and 68 pity -1 on the character banner. Realistically, we should be like 2 pulls away on both, but the game is being crappy like it tends to be, so we're probably going to need more than that. Okay, so 1 10 pull, 10 pull, 1 single pull on the weapon banner. Okay, never mind. 2 single pulls on the weapon banner. And there is our 5-star. God damn, Wuthering Waves. Why was that so hard? But hey, I mean, there we go. There is Lucy's weapon. So that completes 1 of the characters, which means now we just need this S6 Rebecca. Single pull number 1. That is 68 pity. 70 pity. Boom. 5-star. Okay, wait. It wants to do its classic thing of leaving it to the very last pull. See, the game likes to do this sometimes, but doesn't matter. 71 pity. Boom, would you look at that? It's a bloody blue. I was gonna say, we could look at the positives so far, and that is that we now have Lucy and Rebecca, both with their signature weapons. That's a good thing because Lucy really, really needs her signature to do good damage. And to be fair, she already does over 100k on his burst. So with her signature, she should do a lot more. But we can't really look at the positives of that because it took us 75 goddamn pulls to get Lucy's weapon. And we are now sitting at 71 for Rebecca. So now I think our best plan of action to do this, the cheapest as possible, we grab the 300 again. That'll get us to 73, which really shouldn't be that hard because soft pity 17, you really shouldn't be going past 70 very much, but you know, the game be doing silly stuff sometimes. Okay, this is it. 72 pity, 5-star Rebecca. Okay, well, it wanted to play this game. We'll do it again. 73 pity, last pull we have. Look at all that lag. There is the goddamn 5-star. Well, it only took us an entire update and too many pulls. But there she is, the final copy of Rebecca. I am so thankful I never need to do that again. That was horrendous. Probably one of the unluckiest pulling sessions I have ever done. All 3 of the videos I've done for the Cyberpunk pulls. But we have got my goal. There is Lucy, S0, but R1. There is Rebecca at R1. And finally, S6. I'm going to do some maths on this now because I genuinely want to see how many pulls that is. 435 pulls on the character banner. If you want to put that into pulls, that is 69,600 Astrite. Then if we move over to the weapon banner, we have done 142 pulls on the weapon banner, which again, if you want that in Astrite, 22,400 Astrite. Which leaves us with a grand total, probably not entirely accurate because to be fair, they haven't refreshed. But if we account for the few pulls I've done since it last refreshed, probably 580 pulls have been spent in this one version. Which again, if you want that in Astrite, that's 92,800 Astrite. So I've almost spent 100,000 Astrite in one version. Which I believe, for some more statistics, if I was to spend to get all of those pulls, it'd be about 1,200 Australian dollars, which would be around 800-ish US. I can't quite remember the conversion, but it's a little bit less. 833 USD. And I did all of those pulls only spending 205 USD or 295 AUD, Australian dollars, which are fairly good considering it is $1,200 worth of pulls. But I guess now that we've done all of those pulls, the only right thing to do now is to go see how much damage we can actually do with our S6 R1 Rebecca and S0 R1 Lucy. So first things first, we need to get Lucy's weapon leveled up, which I do not believe should pose any form of an issue. That still sits Lucy at a 64 to 324 and over 2,000 attack, so I think for Lucy, that's probably the best we're going to get. The echoes are good. This one could use some work, but at least it's double crit and has resonance liberation damage. Rebecca, obviously, level 90. Weapon is level 90. S6 and fully maxed out Fortes, which sits Rebecca at a final stats of over 2,000 attack, and a 92 to 323. I could probably exchange some of that crit rate, but to be fair, I think a lot of these have got good crit damage. That puts her at a 70 to 350. You know what? That's actually still a fine crit rate, and 350 crit damage is actually crazy, plus the attack's higher. Ooh, I think I'm gonna run that. But I want to go into the more difficult version of the Hazard Tower, bring in the full Cyberpunk team. Shorekeeper is now counted as a Cyberpunk character, and see how well we can do this. Also, check out damage, obviously. Throw out all the Shorekeeper stuff, then we go to Lucy, do all Lucy stuff, and then big damage with Rebecca. We'll also have a quick look at what damage we're doing from Lucy. I'm seeing some 30,000 of her skill there, or thereabouts. 57,000 of that one. And yeah, kind of shredding. Burst with Shorekeeper's buffs. I think we already tested this, but boom. And then Becca doing a lovely 400,000 of that skill. The stupid birds in the air. Oh my god. Rebecca, just aim up a little bit higher, please. Whatever, 200,000 off that as well, and we didn't even get all the hits of it in. This team's fairly strong. You know, it gets through the enemies pretty quickly, and it's also actually fairly easy to play. Like, it's not a very complicated team. Once you get the rotations down for all the characters, it's very comfy to play, and also very, very fun to play as, you know, Rebecca and Lucy are pistol characters, and Wuthering Waves absolutely cook with their pistol character playstyle and combat. 300,000 off Lucy there. Pretty sure we are getting a little bit of buffs from the Tower of Adversity, because that did 461,000. I am dead. Oh no, I'm not, because Rebecca S6. I love instant revival buffs. They're so nice. That is probably the first time I've ever 3-starred that. So I can say with full certainty, this is now my strongest team on the account, to absolutely no one's surprise. I absolutely love Rebecca's burst animation. It looks so good. And I think we're doing about that 200,000 or so off Rebecca's burst. 324,000 on that one. So possibly we were seeing some 400,000 off that burst. They've all been off the screen, so I've never actually been able to see them properly, or we haven't been inside Shorekeeper's burst like that one. There we go. That's cleared and 3-starred. I challenged again. Frick, wrong button. Well, that's probably the first ever time I have fully cleared the Hazard Tower since they added in the 2 extra floors. And yeah, this team is kind of broken. We do like unhealthy amounts of damage. So I gotta say, despite how painful it was and how bad my luck was, and the fact that I had to go hard pity for everything and got one early, lost a bunch of 50-50s, the pools were just terrible. It is so worth it, because now my favorite character ever in any gacha game, obviously that is Rebecca, is now S6. We also have Lucy and her weapon. Cyberpunk characters have been acquired, their weapons have been acquired, and they do so much damage. So with that being said, I know the update ends when you're watching this tomorrow, and it's kind of late for this video, but I hope you enjoy. If you like this video, go check out the first video we did pulling for the Cyberpunk characters, which is the only video I even got slightly lucky on. And with that being said, do consider subscribing, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.